assistant coaches, Jason, Christy at Ame eating in the kitchen over there.
No doubt. No doubt.
The girls know they are so instrumental for me, and they're instrumental for them. And to have 4 assistant coaches is just unheard of in a high school program, and the dedication that they have.
hates us.
But we're very fortunate, and we have a great relationship, and it's just been so much fun. This year, I know after last year, I said that we were going to repeat, and I was definitely hoping, and the fact that you did it is just unbelievable, because we had only 5 returning players from that year's team, and so that just means the pressure's on for the rest of you that are returning, because now I have a lot more returning players next year. Go for 3 meets. Yeah? I'm feeling the love off of that statement. But we obviously had a great year. I'm really proud of the girls. I'm really proud of what they accomplished. A lot of times, as you all know, their backs were up against the wall, especially getting to that final game of CCS, being behind, coming back, winning 28-26, giving their coach more gray hair and the whole deal. But it showed their determination and grit. And I told someone before, and the girls know it, that the most important thing, there's a couple things we try to teach them. We always tell them they're going to make mistakes. They will make a mistake. But it's how you react after that mistake that determines who you are as a person and as a team. Aragon is known for always, putting their best foot forward, always working hard, always going after the ball, always just, if you lose, but you always work hard and you give it up on the floor. And that's one of the reasons I believed you were going to win and get to that CCS game, because I knew that you had it in you if you just put it all together to get there, and that's why I said that from the very beginning. So I'm really proud of you guys for doing that back to back. It's unbelievable. I'm really proud just because I'm your coach that's done it now twice, and to have you. So it's a very special season for me as well. Ari, we gave most spirited. Ari was the one who would come off the floor yelling and screaming and go on the floor that way. Her aces to watch, and then her smile afterwards was just something I know I won't forget. She was very determined, and we needed someone like her to come off the bench, and so we gave her most spirited. Another one of our leaders that we had, most inspirational, this person is hilariously funny, we all know that, but then she led the huddles, and she's the one who, when something good would happen, the cheering and the support to all it didn't matter who made the kill or who got the dig or what happened, this person was just always positive, always supporting her teammates, no matter what, and that's Leah. You'll have to see me later to get your award.
Leah's also the one that we're in the middle of a timeout. We're trying to give instruction, and she's already giving the cheer.
I'll be painting my lineup and walking on the floor. Mike, would you like to name his line? Then the next person that we decided to give an award to is our best offensive player. She had aces when we needed them. Her serve was very, very good. She ran the offense for us, and she would dump the ball. We went with her with 5-1 halfway through the season until Gabby was ready to go, and she just led the team in many other ways than just offense, and so we decided to give Hunter
today the 49ers won. The way you played and you carried us in that first half of the season, but 49 will forever be. I'll let you know if anybody breaks it. But
this person actually played, I think, every single position except libero. She played center, she played right side, she played middle, she played outside, she even played DS. So she played everything but libero. She did everything we asked her to do. She did it with a smile on her face. She I don't think cared where we put her per se, as long as she was on the floor contributing to the team. And she contributed a lot this year, and it was great to be able to be like, well, we have Shannon, we can put Shannon over there, and we can put Shannon here, and we can put Shannon here, because as we went through and things were happening and people were injured or they were sick or whatever, we needed to fill that void, and Shannon, you did a great job for it this year, just filling that spot. And I know you like that right side the best. It's not that we didn't know that, but the fact that you were able to say whatever you want, whatever you do, and put your forth, that helped us tremendously. So.
I mean, we put you anywhere you played it, and you didn't flinch, except maybe to the outside.
She's so intimidating.
But it helped, because when we needed you and we say stay on the outside, stay on the right side, you knew what to do by the time CCS came, and that was what made this team so good. I know at the beginning of the season they weren't too happy with us saying you need to go here or there, but at the end of the season when we said you need to go there, they were so comfortable because they had done it all season long, that then we had the offense that we needed and the defense that we needed to match up against those other teams according to what they brought. And that's why it's so important with your buy-in and the team's buy-in and why you were so successful. Our next one is our best defensive player. I am definitely going to be missing her. I'll be looking for a new libero. I haven't had to look for a new libero for 3 years, and it's just been wonderful. Kat was, I don't know what your stats are, but
we've just been spoiled.
yes, we've been spoiled.
Outright spoiled.
Her determination is, and I'd say to her, we have our own little thing before we go out, but I would always say to Kat, bring him up, talk to him. And Kat talked, but she showed more than she talked. Like, her way of talking was to dig that hard ball every single time and just have it perfect for our setters ready to go. I'll never forget, it wasn't this year, but last year when you drove into those bleachers to get the ball back, to get it over, that's something I know I will never forget, because we ended up winning that point. But your enthusiasm was contagious to everyone else. And so returning players, you have that void to fill with that enthusiasm, that serve, receive, but we're definitely going to miss that next year. Our MVP is going to go to Soph. One more year, so I don't have to worry about losing her quite yet. But so I think the hardest thing for this team was when you told us your shoulder was injured, that you couldn't hit outside. I don't think at the beginning the girls knew what they were going to do without you, because we hadn't played all season long without you hitting there. What makes Soph the MVP is not just her hitting, it's her serving, it's her back throw, it's her passing, it's her ability to read what the other team is doing and put the ball where it needs to be so that we could get our kills. The team rallied behind you at that point, and I thought that was a really important moment for our team to rally behind you when you couldn't do what you were so used to doing. And I think that was also a turning point for them to realize that as much as they all love you and want to see you get 60 kills a game, they started to finally realize that everyone needed to participate and everyone had to get those kills, and that took the pressure off so to make us succeed farther and go farther than we were. So I am thrilled that I have you back for one more year. Next year I'll be very sorry, because then I'll have to be looking elsewhere, but I know we're going to need that leadership next year, and you now have 2 years underneath the tutelage of these seniors that have been with us, so that you know how to bring us full circle again next year.
Good job. I'm taking you out. No. For me, I'm thinking, okay, fabulous, but then, I turn around and tell them, I said, she said no. So we're gonna just go with it until she says otherwise. But for a player who's hurting and telling you, no, I'm not coming out. That
She told me she had 0 pain.
she is a good liar.
And so I went back and said it's not a 0. She's like, okay, it's a 3.
And she, for a player, I mean, we've had her, you'd think we would know her by now, but every year we're getting a little bit more of Soph and how stubborn she is. But it's always been great to coach you. So I love your competitiveness. I love that you just want to compete no matter what. But for next year, though, that arm's got to get the training it needs. You know, it's got to get the muscles ready to go.
Can't be doing this. So the girls already know, the returning players already know, and the seniors are more than welcome to go and see Coach Wu. He loves seeing the seniors anyways. But the girls should be going to Coach Wu at least twice a week, whatever schedule fits their schedule. So if they're going to club, whatever, that's fine. The other days they should be going to Wu to get that strength and conditioning going through. The injuries are what make us go as far as we go. That it's huge to not have to worry about an injury. And last year we didn't have any injuries. This year we didn't have it to the end. Next year I want no injuries. I'm getting spoiled. Yeah, your coach is now spoiled, and so now you just need to keep me happy.
I do want to say, especially with this team this year, I did not think, to be honest with you, we were going to repeat. Okay? It was a big task. It was a big task, knowing the level we were at last year. Okay, but a couple who thought we could, this one and Ahmed, because Ahmed looked at our schedule and our boys' schedule and said, Mom, we got a tournament that championship day, and we're talking August. Okay, she's telling me this. And I'm just like, you know, it's like, don't worry about it. When we get there, we'll deal with it. And hence, here we go. You know, we're facing that day, and then we had to scramble to get a coach to coach our boys on that Saturday so we could stay and be there for the championship. But we knew it was a rebuilding year, and you know, I know the level, and we just with our team, we just didn't know where we were, and you guys figured it out halfway through the season when you started to gel, and it just came together. But I gotta tell you, it isn't just the players that we just named. Every single one of you played a huge role in that. At the beginning, we asked you. We wanted you on this team because we knew you had something to offer. Not playing last year, but coming on board, right? And we took her aside at the beginning of the year and we said, you have an important role on this team. Whether you're going to be playing or, you know, but there's something that's going to help us out this year. And that's where you came, you know, which was fabulous. And then for you, you've had a hard year. I mean, you know, there's been some tough years for you. And I'm not talking volleyball-wise, but we are so thankful you stuck it out with us because this was fabulous. And every moment you gave us was fabulous. Remember when you had to go away and we said, come back because we're going to state. And we did, you know. And, but every, you know, life happens, but you gave us everything you had. Leah, thank you for always being there to manage our team. So we so appreciate what you did for this team, and that is also part of it. And for you, sitting out half of it and coming in just with gusto. I mean, you just came in and helped this team, which was fabulous. I mean, you had a big part in that as well. And then Nat, you just came, I mean, out of blue. They knew that we had her. They focused on Soph, and every team sets up blocks to shut her down, and then they forgot about the other coast. And, see, that's also very huge in participating in adding to this team from where we got. Katie, same thing. As a freshman, you gave us some stuff, and I think for you, for the first time, it clicked for me, for you, what you were capable of was Hillsdale. I don't know why it is, but the Hillsdale game, you came out swinging. And that's when I expect you to be like that all the time, to be in that state of mind. So thank you for just adding to this team, as young as you are, but you know, we couldn't have done it without you as well. Miss Cassie, fabulous job this year. Great job working on the middle, buying into what we're trying to teach you, and you kept working on it. And Missy over there behind the fabulous part about coaching is when you have moments like, we're gonna send her in, and the player on the court is like she's won the Super Bowl, she's running. It was Shannon coming out, and when she saw who she was coming out for, that Drea was coming in, I wish I had that picture, Shannon. Because coaches love those moments. To see that joy that you guys were playing to get your teammate in. That's what it's all about. And I'm naming you all because it isn't the ones with the awards in the hand that contributed to this team. Every one of you contributed in a huge way in practices. I mean, the practices, Drea, on the other side, you're swinging like crazy, making our defense better, you know. And just because you were not on the floor, for many of you, did not mean you had a huge part in this championship. And that's what you've got to understand. And it isn't just the team that was on the floor when we won it. It was what you had done throughout the year, helping your teammates get to be better players. Okay? And I think that's why I want you to understand, every single one of you, including Ari, who's not here, had a huge part in this championship. And to boot, you go back to back. That's fabulous. Okay? No one can take that away from you. No one can take that away from you. That is something you alone and a few others have shared, is a back-to-back championship. So, congratulations. We are thrilled to be your coaches. You guys are amazing. But I gotta tell you, Terrence, this is probably the quietest group that has won a championship. The absolute
I disagree.
bar one. Okay?
That's it.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
But it has been an honor and a privilege to coach you guys and to watch you succeed in the way you succeeded. It's absolutely fabulous. So thank you very much.
Hey. I touch her on the shoulder and then she just looks at me really weirdly, and I really feel so old. I just need to decide right now. And then after that game, or after that set, we were able to come back, and I think that sigh really pushed me. That emotional release really helped me for the rest of that game, and I think I'm really appreciative to Christy for letting me have that shoulder to sigh on.
Coach 3 years in a row, and I feel like CCS and NorCal's especially, like we would have like all of our normal coaches there, but you would also always show up for every practice. You would always help us like shag the balls, and also like every game you're there taking stats on the bench. So I feel like you have like a really quiet presence, but it's also very like telling. Like you always are there as like a good support for us. And I feel like over the past 3 years, like you're just a consistent coach that's always been there for me to talk to, and then like I'll always see you every practice, every game, like you're always there. So I just feel like it's really nice to have a consistent coach that's just like a really good support system for us. So thank you so much for all you
This season, I was able to at least like meet the coaches and get to know her. So Coach De Niro has been here since like my freshman year. I could tell that she was very optimistic to meet me. But I think something that I'm super appreciative for her is that she's always supportive. Whenever I like go through like a tough time, oh gosh, she's always been here. Whether it be school or volleyball, I've been super appreciative towards her. She's pushed me to become a really great athlete, and I really appreciate that. So I don't have any more words to say, but I think you know how I feel.
just like before I even like understood like how volleyball worked or like how Aragon volleyball was, I remember you like come home and I just remember you were just like really like kind specifically. And then when I came here, I feel like, well, especially the Colmont game, I remember I was having a really tough time after the first set because we lost, and then everything just seemed like frazzled and overwhelming. And I was talking to both the coaches, and I remember I just like started crying. I'm like, oh, this is like so embarrassing because like there's so many people here, and I'm just like on the bench, and then like everything just seemed kind of like everything was like pretty overwhelming for me. And I remember we had a really good conversation where it's like I felt like I could honestly speak to you guys as coaches, and you just made me feel like my input was like valued. And I feel like a lot of times with coaches it's kind of hard because they'll be dictating over you, but I was just really thankful that we could have like a conversation where what I felt like was working in the game could be understood. So I'm just really thankful that you gave us an environment where I could talk to you like that.
Actually, I think the first time I met Hunter, she was in our gym with a basketball in hand. It was not a volleyball. So we did win her over.
Well, I was not supposed to come to Aragon, so I'm just thankful that you're like the reason I came to Aragon, because you chose to come here and coach here. And I just know I wouldn't have had the same high school volleyball experience if I went to Hillsdale. And and I'm just so thankful that I was put into this environment where I was able to meet so many different girls that are just like had such a profound impact on me over the past 4 years. And just meeting, I feel like Aragon has just like a really good culture and a group of girls that give us like a support you can't really find anywhere else. So I'm just really thankful that we were able to accomplish so much, and I can look past like this past 4 years as such like a welcoming and a happy, like a lot of happy memories. So I owe that all to you. And also I know a lot of girls, like sometimes there's like practices where we're down or games where we're down, but I've just always heard from so many girls how they're like, oh, like he's so nice, he's so happy, he just gives us like, he can joke around and everything. So I feel like you just give that like, you make everything seem like effortless sometimes for girls, like if they're struggling. And I'm just so like, I'm like so thankful, like it's like, oh, I'm so proud, like it's my dad, like he's making all these girls feel so like welcome and happy. So thank you.